Welcome to this 3-minute introduction to the most suitable provider, a method of procuring healthcare services by the NHS. So it doesn't matter whether you're a commissioner or an NHS provider. If you are procuring healthcare services, most suitable provider could well be an option able to you. Anything that crops up during this session, Richard at rsrconsultants.com, or even if you just want access to all the slides, etc. Now, the thing about most suitable provider, there's lots of slides here, but there's one key distinction, and that is the most suitable provider is an assessment of the provider, whereas full competitive tender is an assessment of the bid, of what they say they will be able to do for you. Now, if the provider's got a history, then that bit of knowledge about the provider will affect whose bid, whose claim is the best. But most suitable provider requires a bit of information before you get started. You need to know about the market. You need to have done some work to know who's out there and have a pretty good idea of who's out there and documented it. And also know that the information you'll need or have already to be able to assess those providers so that you'll be able to find the most suitable provider amongst the mix that you already know about. So it requires quite a bit of information before we get started, but then it's quite a rapid process of telling people we're going through the most suitable provider, maybe asking for a bit more information, and then awarding the contract. But most suitable provider is about who is the most suitable. Competitive tender is about what claim is the best. It might come when you come to award the contract, they can't quite deliver everything that they said they could in their claim. And then you have some negotiations, etc. And then you start wondering, has this invalidated the procurement? Maybe it has, maybe it hasn't. But most suitable provider, about the provider. Competitive tender, about the bid. Now, the procurement panel that takes complaints about process, they publish quite a few reports, but specifically on most suitable provider, there's two reports. One here, which says that basically the awarding authority didn't really have enough information about all the providers out there and were likely to be able to identify the most suitable provider. And really, they did the streamlined competitive tender. And to do that, you should follow competitive tender process, not most suitable provider. And they said restart. And again, they said a awarding authority didn't really document, they might have known, but they didn't document anywhere that they knew about the market, knew about the most likely provider would be, or be able to identify the most likely provider, etc. And so once again, they didn't have enough information and the procurement panel said restart. Although now, if they restarted, they probably would have enough information, ironically. So that's the key thing about having enough information up front, and it's about the provider, not the bid. Again, Richard at rsrconsults.com if you need any more support. Thank you.